Krzysztof Kieślowski was a Polish director most prominent in the 1980s and 90s. He had directed movies such as Camera Buff, Blind Chance, The Double Life of Veronique, and Decalogue. After these films, starting in 1993, he began to create the greatest trilogy of all time. The Three Colors trilogy is a set of 3 movies, blue, white, and red. They each depict a certain emotional concept by means of colors within the film. If you couldn't already tell from the names, the movie Blue has a whole lot of blue, white has a lot of white, and red has a lot of red. The reason for this is because each color stands for each of the colors on the French flag. After the French Revolution, France created their flag and corresponded each color to an ideal. The blue would represent liberty, white would represent equality, and red for fraternity. With this in mind, Kieślowski created 3 movies for these 3 ideals, with their respective colors on the flag. The trilogy starts off with Blue, an awfully sad movie. This one is my personal favorite of the 3, but is mostly known as the second best in the trilogy. It starts right off with the main character, Julie Vignon, played by Juliette Binoche, getting in a car accident. She finds out that her daughter and husband died in the accident. Essentially, she spends the movie mourning the death of her family. The way that blue is used in this movie is to represent sadness, longing, and depression. White is the next movie in the series. This one is known as the worst of the trilogy, but while still being really good. This story follows Carol, played by a guy whose name I cannot pronounce, who divorces his wife and decides to go back to Poland to start a new life. The color in this movie is a lot more subtle, since white isn't as noticeable as blue or red, but the movie still contains a lot of the color. I believe the white shows future in life, along with both hopelessness and hopefulness. The third movie in the series is Red. This one is known to be the greatest of the trilogy and has the highest critical acclaim. It follows Valentine, played by Irene Jacob, who meets a retired judge. She finds out he has been tapping into his neighbors' phone calls and invading their privacy. She debates on whether or not to turn him in, but creates an unusual friend along the way. In this one, my interpretation was that red represented pain and hatred, along with justice. Each of the movies are really good in their own ways. They all have amazing cinematography and also fantastic scores. Along with this, the directing and writing from Kieślowski is very well thought out and executed. I would totally recommend giving any of these films a watch. My personal favorite was Blue, but many people really like Red, and even White is really good.